Donald Trump just threatened to use the Department of War on Chicago. In a social media post this morning, beginning with Trump saying, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning," he promised that Chicago would learn why it's called the Department of War. When Trump signed the executive order renaming the Department of Defense, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, said this: "This name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. We're going to go on the offense, not just on the defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality." What does that mean in real words? It means they want to kill, they don't want to follow laws. Donald Trump does not give a damn about crime. Donald Trump is a genocidal racist who wants to remove any legal restrictions on his ability to use violence and terror against the people he sees as less than human. Black people, Latino people, anyone who is not a white European. This post was invoking the imagery from the film Apocalypse Now about the US invasion of Vietnam. "I love the smell of napalm in the morning" was the line. Napalm was a jellied gasoline that the US dropped all over that country, including on the civilian population. A jellied gasoline that burned the skin of everyone it fell off of, including children, women, elderly, and disabled, and devastated that country, killing innocent people in huge numbers in one of the most grotesque and torturous ways imaginable. These attacks and threats from Trump come at a time when people are getting ready to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. This is aimed at striking fear into the hearts of decent people, and especially amongst immigrants. And it is meant to spread that fear throughout society. Well, fear can be contagious, but so can courage. I was out today with the RevCom Corps and others in Refuse Fascism and the Little Village Community Council, and we were going through neighborhoods that have been targeted by these ICE raids. Every decent person in Chicago needs to be part of mass, nonviolent but determined mobilizations to say no to troops in Chicago, no to ICE or whoever rounding up our immigrant sisters, brothers, neighbors, co-workers, teachers, students. Everyone in Chicago who has a heart for justice and refuses to accept this fascist America. White people, black people, Latino people, standing together on the front lines to stop this fascism. Mass non-compliance and refusal to go along with Trump's lawless tyranny. The criminals, the people who are in open violation of the law and the Constitution in this country, is Donald Trump and his whole fascist regime. And the only thing that's going to stop these criminals is the millions and millions of us decent people mobilizing non-violently but determined struggle and opposition to bring the gears of this fascist machine to a halt. It is time for the fall of their fascist regime. It is time for the decent people to change our lives around and do everything we can every day to build up to the time when we can remove this regime from power. Not just respond to them sending troops from all over the country into city after city to target people, but mobilizing the decent people from all around the country to flood DC and surround the White House, surround the seats of power, surround this illegitimate Supreme Court that's empowered this tyrant to lawlessly rule over the masses of people. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. Flood DC November 5th. And let me end with this. To paraphrase from the revolutionary leader Bob Avakian, a system that could bring this kind of fascism to power is rotten to its core, rotten and illegitimate, and has no right to exist, and we need and demand a whole new way to live in a fundamentally different system. Go to revcom.us to learn how you can be part of working with and joining the RevCom Corps for the emancipation of humanity. We are working every day, taking up the leadership of Bob Avakian and applying it to prepare for a real emancipating revolution. And if you're in Chicago, come to the RevCom Corps Organizing Center on 1857 East 71st Street. Sunday, 4 p.m. We'll be there getting into what this revolution is about and how we're going to work for it. Call us at 312-804-9121.